just when I thought I knew what I was doing with the electrics, all this arrived and reminded me that I knew absolutely bugger all. This will be interesting. It arrived a couple of days ago. Today, although I may not sound really excited, let me reassure you that I am. The reason I'm not sounding excited is we went to see Madness on Friday. Today's Sunday. Went very well. I drank far too much. Not only did I wake up jaded, but I woke up with a load of glitter over my pillow because at some point I got my face painted. I'm 53 years of age. I shouldn't be getting my face painted. Anyway, that's another story. Let me zoom in a bit because I just wanted you guys to be part of the journey when I open these up. Oh man. Man alive. Sheesh, look at all this cabling. It's got to go in somewhere. Oh man. I can't express how excited I am. Right, here we go. Wiring time. If you've watched any of the other episodes, at some point in any of them, I must have made reference to the fact that I'm not looking forward to wiring this van. Don't get me wrong, Rain Automotive, who have provided all the electrics, are fantastic. I've worked with them before and they're very helpful and they'll give you any advice that you need. Further to that, they send you the coloured cables, and the drawing that I've done largely sticks to that coloured cable element, only because it gives me a little bit of a visual hint, so it just helps me, just because I'm panicking so much. But they will label each one. So for example, this one here says USB, this one here says fuse box. Simple, you may think. Yes, it is simple to a certain degree. Some of them are a little bit more confusing when we've got dimmer switches and lights in, lights out, that sort of thing. But they're all cabled. They're not all cabled, they're all labelled. Rhymes. That's not my main concern. My main concern is the structure of this crafter is going to fight me all the way. What do I mean by that? I'll show you. If you can see. Right, we've got holes here. These holes are lovely, and it's the same the other side, of course. It means that we can get down here and we can feed the cables through. Of course, if I'm going through here, noisy bus. If we're going through here, we're going to have to run through some trunking, because we need to protect the cable. We don't need the cable rubbing up down there every time we go over a bump. But we usually have to go through here as well to get to the roof or to get switches up or something similar. This is double skin, so we've got one skin there, we've got another skin on the inside. So it's a bit more problematic actually drilling through. Also, once we've drilled through, we have to fit these rubber grommets to again protect the chafing of the wires if we've cut through a piece of metal. Now I'm okay, I don't mind drilling holes in here, which of course I'll also prime. What does bother me is I don't want to interfere too much with the integrity of this van. So I need to make sure that I'm drilling in the right places. And I also need to make sure I'm not going to catch any other wires that might be buried in the van. So far, I'm concerned about wiring it correctly, drilling the holes in the right places, possibly hitting existing wires. But as I say, we got the support of Rain Automotive. So I think there's nothing else for it other than to just get on with it and see how we get on. I think I'll just film in time lapse. That way I could quite possibly get away with crying without you seeing that. Let's do that. My neighbour's just caught me talking to a wasp. Shh. Bollocks, it started to rain. That might affect what I'm going to do. Anyway, I digress. The videos might be coming backward and forward because I've started dragging cables. My videos are never tutorials, they're never how-tos, they're just what I'm doing. So, you know, I don't need to run you through stage by stage how to fit electrics. That's something that somebody far cleverer than I will do a lot more effectively. But I will show you what I have been doing, but it means I'll have to go back in time to when I did that last week or a couple of days even prior to that. What I'm going to show you today is what I was hoping to do, which is to fit a hookup, a 240 hookup that'll go to a consumer unit inside this van. It means cut another hole in the side of the crafter. But let me just turn this camera around and show you exactly what I've been doing and what I've been thinking of. Cables, 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 cables everywhere. They're all going to be behind that panel. But what I'm going to be doing today, I know I'm waffling, is I'm going to be fitting the plug-in box for the 240 hookup. And I believe that I want that hookup to come through somewhere around here. There you go. Yep, that's my Truma heater. And my Truma heater can only come as far as, forgive the rudimentary lines. Look here, see where my bed is? That's where the wall to my bed's going. So it can't really come an awful lot further. So here we go. That's the exhaust off the Truma. So that Truma exhaust is going to fit through here, I should imagine. Sort of through there. So I'll be drilling through there as well. So I don't want that 240 hookup next to my Truma exhaust. I'll explain a bit more outside. Let's go and take a look. Right, welcome back. We're in the kitchen now. Don't worry, I've had permission granted from Ruth. We're safe this time. No secrets need to be kept. Right, this is the aforementioned item that I will be fitting today. It's a 240 hookup, and you usually see them stuck on the side of the van there. So we're just going to quickly run through what we're going to do to get this into the side of the van. Right, here we go. A bit of a closer look at what we're working with here. So we need to wire this up once it's fitted. Let's just take a quick look inside. Being a 240 system, oh no, why won't that come off? Here we go. So being a 240 system, there should just be a live neutral earth inside here. Is that going to fetch it off? Bloody hell, come on. There we go. Yeah, there, so we've got live this side, neutral here, and then it looks like we've got earth just in the top of there as well. And we've got the securing brackets for the cables to feed through, just to keep those in place, so it's all nice and secure. But we don't have to worry about that at the moment. Put that back in, put the screw in before we lose it, and then we'll talk about templates. Now, this is a bit of a funny old shape thing. And I've just run my tape measure across it. Let me show you something. This, if we're talking about the diameter of this, which is our widest part. Sorry, I speak in old money. I apologise, that's the way I measure. We're talking 3 3/4 of an inch there, from this point there to that point there. Now, of course, it cuts in here, but we've got to think about the ceiling surface. So from that edge, if you like, to that edge there, that is about 4 1/4. So all that's going to give us, if we do get a hole saw, the saws that out, we've got to allow, you know, a 1/16 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch around a clearance. That's going to leave less than 1/4 of an inch seal running down the side of there, which I'm not going to be comfortable with. This seems to be like a neoprene seal on it, but as you can see, it goes right the way up to that cutout. So I think personally that we can't avoid cutting this thing out with a jigsaw instead of just buying, what did I say, 3 3/4? Yeah, 3 3/4 inch hole saw, drilling a big hole and then sliding the thing in. I think what we're going to have to do is mark out a template, and then we'll cut that template out and see what it looks like on the side of the van. Let's have a quick look. In true Blue Peter fashion, let's just use a piece of card like we've got there, a marker pen, and let's just draw around here to see what we've got. I had a comment in my last video from Alan and Sarah from, hello, he's gone off. Alan and Sarah from Professional Moochers, who said to me that Ruth was a very understanding wife. Let me tell you, I agree with that sentiment. She is very understanding. She tells me what to do and I get it done, and she understands that's how things work around here. That's what we've got anyway. Now here we go. Before we start, we're just taking a quick visual check of whereabouts we want this this plug to come. You'll notice this lip here of the wheel arch. That's quite distinguishable from outside, so we know that that's going to be a point that we can measure from. And I want roughly the socket to come through somewhere around there. So let's go and have a quick look outside. Roughly, we're going to come somewhere, I would say around there. Okay, and we need to sort of line that up. I think we can do that. Now then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a pilot hole, okay? So we're going to have that socket in there. I'm fully aware of the fact that the door can come round, but usually it's got a catch on it so it stops it swinging all the way around. I'm fully aware that if we have something plugged in there and it swings around and it hits it, that it might break. You know, there's risks in life. It's a low level risk, we'll go with that, won't we? I'm not going to mark it with my paint pen just in case I'm in the wrong place. I'm going to put a hole somewhere around here in the middle. That means if I'm out either side by an inch or so, we can move that template round, okay? Until we know, let's just stick a warning shot in, if you like. Let's go and take a look together and see what that looks like. Well, this could be a hair-raising moment, couldn't it? It's very brave of me, but there we go. Right. What the bloody hell's that? Right, that's... One minute. I'll tell you what. I think, I swear to God, this is not set up. I think I've drilled over a lot further than I thought. I can see it now. There we go, you little bugger. There, look at that. I thought I hit 2 skins. Here we go. All right, let's see if we can take this bit off. For now, this is another example actually. You know, we've gone ahead and we've started to insulate, and we're going to have to take this insulation off to fit this. But still, bloody hell, good stuff, isn't it? Right, there we go. This is a perfect point, isn't it? I'm going to have to move over to bring it here. I could have really cocked up there, but very nearly cocked up. So I measured once and drilled once. I should have measured twice and drilled once. Let's see how we can get over that. Right, I've cheated a little bit. I've thought about this off camera. What I'm going to do, there we go, you can see our hole there, and that's going to be far too far over even for the cut. We want it at least 1/4 inch over. I've got a way around it, and this is more luck than judgment, but let me show you. What I've done is this is the drill that I drilled through there. We know that that's too far over. We drill it through here, which I've just done, and that's going to be one of the screw holes now, so let's line that up. So in fact, make sure I've got the paint pen first. I do. Like that. That's now my screw hole. That's nice and lined up. And that's what I'm drilling out, or cutting out rather. Right, here we go. I've got this tape on here just to stop me marking the van. Just need to bend it back so I can see where my blade is. Right, I've got to apologise guys, you didn't see me filing those bits down. I paused the video to go and get my file to file this down, which is lovely and smooth now, and then didn't start it again. But what else I've done is I've just fitted in the let me just show you. Just fitted this in here, make sure it fits nicely, and it does, which will look lovely there. And I've drilled my 4 holes, and now I'm just going to prime the paint mount here, and whilst that's drying I'm going to go and cut out the template, the wooden template. It's not a template, it's a backing plate actually, for this to screw to, because they recommend screwing it to this flimsy bit of metal, And although it sounds quite solid due to all the sound deadening that we fit and insulation, I still don't trust the fact that we're just screwing into metal. As you can hear, it does sound solid, but that's due to all the sound deadening we fitted. What I'm going to do is let that go off, fit in a wooden backing plate behind there which I'll seal on, and then I can screw to that and it'll just make it a little bit more firm. And that's what we're going to do for now, so I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, pretty much done, but what I am going to do, although this neoprene does look quite good, I'm going to do a bit of belt and braces, screw it a little bit off.
Is it Miss Dodd?
Could have been Miss Dodd. Sorry, listening to conversations as they're going by. Yeah, a little bit of Sikaflex 522, black of course, just to help there, help with the seal. Beautiful. And then make sure that we're nice and lined up. There we go, pull in against that wood. Pulling in on the metal. There we go. That's lovely. Nice and light. Clean off. That Sikaflex is squirted out. Now then, a little bit of a confession. And that is that there are light scratches on this van. Now you can all witness the fact that I was trying to be extra vigilant, extra careful, and putting tape on the bottom of the jigsaw to avoid any mishaps like I've had. But the issue that I faced was the stickiness from the sound deadening has stuck to the iron filings, sorry, the steel filings from cutting it, and it's then dragged along the bottom, stuck to the jigsaw, dragged along the bottom. So it's lightly marked it. I say lightly, I'm not overly concerned. Wished it never happened, but not overly concerned because they look like they'll buff out. But word of warning, don't bloody sound deaden and insulate if you know you've got to cut holes in your van. There we go, that's done, that's complete. Quite pleased with that. 240 put in there. Let me just show you the inside before we finish actually. Right, here we go guys. You can see I've got my piece of wood in there, so it's adding a little bit of strength and integrity to the side of the van, and of course I'm drilling into the side of the double skin as well. I'm telling you what, I got away with that by the skin of my teeth, didn't I? If I'd come closer to me an inch or so, I would have been in the way of that, and then I would have proper ballsed up. But you know, the true motto of the SES is not who dares wins, it's measure twice, cut once, and I think that's what we need to abide by in future. Right, I can't lie to you guys, that week was horrendous. I really wasn't looking forward to it. But the cables are in, so that's the worst bit over, I think. couple of mistakes out of the way as well, so hopefully I've learned from them. Right, what have we got left? What am I doing next time? Next time is going to be the flue, so it's going to be more holes in the side of the van. So yeah, hopefully I have learned from my mistakes. It's like a bloody motorway, isn't it? And we've got a couple of other bits and pieces to do too. So hopefully you'll join me next time, and give us a thumbs up maybe if you like it. Thanks guys, speak to you soon.